Welcome. The next mantra is more description of what that nature of that self is, and how, if that is so one with everything, if everything is one, how does activity happen? What is, who set forth all of this this circus about? So if it's all one, it sounds so boring. But now life is happening in such unique different ways. Who set it about, and why? How did that come about? Is mentioned in this mantra. Sa paryagat chukra makaya mavrana masnaviram shuddha mapapa vidham kavir manishi paribhu swayambhur yatha स्वयंभूर याथा तथ्यतोर्थान व्यदधा शाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः. Let me split it first, and then once I read it together at the end, maybe it will be clearer. This one particular place, even I had a difficulty when I had to read it quickly. Swayambhur yatha tathyatorthan. Yatha tathyatah. Yatha and tatha, the words coming together become yatha tathyatah. It's quite a tongue twister. Because you have to be clear about where you use tha and ta. Anyways, one more time I'll read it out. Sa paryagat chukra makaya mavranam asnaviram shuddham apapa vidham kavihi manishi paribhuhu स्वयंभूः याथा तथ्यतः अर्थान व्यदधात शाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः is the word by word split. The meanings of these words are like this. Sa is that one. It's he. Grammatically it's he, but there are words inside this which are neuter gender, which are all over the place. Because what is being described is that. They use the word tat for that self, sa for the self, all sorts of genders. But that one, paryagat. Paryagat is it surrounds everything, it pervades everything. It is shukram, it is radiant, it glows. Akayam, it does not have a body. Avranam, it cannot be wounded, it cannot be harmed. It's not like something that out of it chunks can be taken out. Avranam, unwounded, unscathed. Asnaviram, snavira is again the sinews, as the literal meaning goes, or it can be thought of as non-physical. It is not something which we think of as flesh and blood. Asnaviram, shuddham, it is pure. Apapa vidham, it is not something to which sins stick. It's not something which is under the purview of activity. It's something which is much more profound than the cause and effect of activity. Apapa vidham, it is something which is untainted. Kavihi, it is knowledgeable, it is all knowing. Manishi, it is that which impels the mind. Manaha is the mind. Manishi is that which impels the mind, that which rules over the mind. Paribhuhu, it is again paryagat, similar word, paribhuhu. Paryagat has this meaning of going around and pervading. Paribhuhu is just being. Bhu being the root sound which means to exist, and ga meaning to go. So paryagat and paribhuhu are similar meanings, but in a slightly with a subtle difference. Paribhuhu is that which surrounds everything. Swayambhuhu, which is self manifest. It is not that something has caused this. It is something which manifests out of its own. That's it. Swayambhuhu. And yatha tathyatah. Tathya. So tathya is the way it is. Tatha is these words are so hard to put English equivalents to. Yatha tatyatah literally means as it is, out of its own, out of no particular reason. Arthan. Artha is an objective or a goal. Vyadhadat. It was the one that assigned. Why if everything is the one, what is the need for activity? Why is there this distinction between different beings and different creatures? It is in fact this self which, just like that, just like that is the meaning of yatha tatyatah, as appropriate for, as it was felt, it vyadadhat. Dadhat is it assigned, vyadadhat is visheshena, adhadat is vyadadhat, it assigned. Arthan, what did it assign? Artha, objectives. Shashvatibhyah, to eternal. Shashvata is something which is eternal. Samabhyah, to cycles. Samabhyah are understood as years, years, years. In one interpretation, it is understood as prajapatis, or the creators of all creatures, or who are called as prajapatis. In some interpretations, samabhyah are understood as those prajapatis or the creators, in some as the cycles of time. But these eternal cycles that have a purpose of themselves, which have these arthas or objectives, which is what caused this myriad differentiations in how creation is manifest around us right now. Is who is to blame for all of this? It is that self which is to blame for all of it. It was what set all of this in motion, is what the last line means. I hope that is clear. The first three lines are, there is only two lines, it's split into four, but the first line, which is the first two sentences here, describe the self, and the last line in this last sentence here is, how is it, why is, if such unity is being described, why is it not that way now? It is also because of that self. It was the one who who set forth all these kinds of objectives to these eternal cycles that are at play in creation. It was the one who set objectives to each of them as appropriate, which then manifest in these different kinds of manifestation of creation around us. Is my mental understanding of it. I don't have a deeper perspective or insight into this reality for myself. So if there are any questions, I can take this, but I also understand only to this limited extent that I could. Questions? Too much intellectual circus. No, once again, as I was reading through all these meanings, best is Bhaja Govindam.
I have a question.
Yes, Yoliji.
About the grammar here. It's first the half is Sabaryakat
Yes.
together with the Shukras.
Yes.
From
Yes. Saparyagat plus Shukra becomes Saparyagat Shukram. In Bhagavad Gita also, Yat Shokam becomes Yat Shokam. In many places.
the last one is Vyadatha.
Yes. Oh, same meaning. Yes. Vyadadhat plus Shashvatibhyah becomes Vyadadhat Chashvatibhyah. You want to try reading it slowly?
Okay, I can try.
Yes, go for it.